Have you ever felt like the universe was working against you? Do you sometimes wonder why things just don't seem to go your way, no matter how hard you try? If so, you're not alone. Many of us have experienced moments when it feels like the world is conspiring to make our lives difficult. But what if I told you there's a way to turn things around? What if you could make the universe love you instead? In this video, we're going to explore how you can shift your relationship with the universe and create a more positive, fulfilling life. We'll dive into the power of perception, the energy that flows through everything, and practical steps you can take to align yourself with the good things life has to offer. Let's start by talking about the power of perception. The way we see the world plays a huge role in shaping our experiences. Our mindset acts like a filter, coloring everything we encounter. When we approach life with a negative outlook, we tend to notice and focus on the bad things that happen to us. This can create a self-fulfilling prophecy, where we unconsciously attract more negativity into our lives. On the flip side, when we cultivate a positive mindset, we become more attuned to the good things around us. We start to notice opportunities we might have missed before. We handle challenges with greater resilience and creativity. It's not about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. Instead, it's about choosing to focus on the possibilities rather than the limitations. This brings us to the concept of universal energy. Everything in the universe is made up of energy, constantly flowing and interacting. Our thoughts, feelings, and actions are all forms of energy too. When we put out positive energy through our thoughts and actions, we create ripples that spread outward, affecting the world around us. Think of it like throwing a pebble into a pond. The ripples start small, but they grow and extend far beyond the initial point of impact. In the same way, our positive thoughts and actions can have far-reaching effects that we might not even be aware of. This is why it's so important to be mindful of the energy we're putting out into the world. The universe often acts like a mirror, reflecting our inner state back to us. If we're constantly anxious, frustrated, or angry, we're likely to encounter situations that reinforce those feelings. But if we cultivate inner peace, joy, and love, we'll find that the world seems to respond in kind. This mirror effect doesn't mean that bad things never happen to positive people. Life is complex, and there are many factors at play. However, our inner state greatly influences how we perceive and respond to the events in our lives. Two people can face the same challenging situation and have completely different experiences based on their mindset and emotional state. One of the most powerful tools we have for shifting our relationship with the universe is gratitude. When we practice gratitude, we train our minds to focus on the good things in our lives. This shift in focus can dramatically change our overall experience of life. Gratitude isn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about acknowledging and appreciating the good things, no matter how small. Even in difficult times, there's usually something we can find to be thankful for. A kind word from a friend, a beautiful sunset, or simply the fact that we're alive and breathing. Practicing gratitude doesn't have to be complicated. You can start by taking a few moments each day to think about 3 things you're grateful for. Write them down if you can. This simple act can begin to rewire your brain, making you more attuned to the positive aspects of your life. As you cultivate gratitude, you may find that you start to feel more content and satisfied with your life. This positive energy can attract more good things to you, creating a virtuous cycle of positivity and appreciation. Another key aspect of making the universe love you is aligning with your true self. Many of us spend a lot of time and energy trying to be what we think others want us to be. We might choose careers, relationships, or lifestyles based on external expectations rather than our own authentic desires. When we're out of alignment with our true selves, we often feel unfulfilled, stressed, or stuck. It's like trying to swim against the current, exhausting and frustrating. But when we align with our authentic selves, life tends to flow more smoothly. We feel more energized, inspired, and at peace. To align with your true self, start by getting to know yourself better. What are your values? What activities make you feel alive and energized? What dreams have you been putting off because they seem impractical or scary? Take some time to reflect on these questions. You might be surprised by what you discover. Once you have a clearer sense of who you are and what you want, start making choices that align with your authentic self. This might mean making some changes in your life, which can be scary. But remember, every step you take towards authenticity is a step towards a more fulfilling life. Now let's talk about the law of attraction. You've probably heard of this concept before, but it's often misunderstood. The law of attraction isn't about magically getting everything you want just by thinking about it. It's about the tendency of like energies to attract each other. When we focus our thoughts and energy on something, we become more attuned to opportunities related to that thing. For example, if you're thinking about buying a certain model of car, you might suddenly start noticing that car everywhere. The cars were always there, but now your mind is primed to notice them. In the same way, when we focus on positive outcomes and possibilities, we become more likely to notice and act on opportunities that can lead to those outcomes. This isn't magic. It's about training our minds to be more aware and receptive. To apply the law of attraction in your life, start by getting clear about what you want. Visualize it in detail. How would achieving this goal make you feel? Try to generate those feelings in your body. This helps to align your energy with your desires. Next, take inspired action. The law of attraction isn't about sitting back and waiting for things to happen. It's about aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your goals. Look for steps you can take towards your goals, no matter how small. Each action builds momentum and opens up new possibilities. As you work on attracting more positivity into your life, you might encounter some internal resistance. We all have negative patterns and self-sabotaging behaviors that can hold us back. These patterns often developed as coping mechanisms in the past, but they may no longer serve us. Recognizing these patterns is the first step to overcoming them. Pay attention to your thoughts and behaviors. Do you tend to procrastinate when faced with important tasks? Do you often think, "I'm not good enough," or "I don't deserve success"? These are examples of self-sabotaging patterns. Once you've identified these patterns, you can start to change them. This process takes time and patience. Be gentle with yourself. Every time you notice a negative thought or behavior, pause. Take a deep breath. Then consciously choose a more positive thought or action. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I always mess things up," you could pause and reframe that thought. "I'm learning and growing every day. I can handle this challenge." Over time, these new thought patterns will become more natural, replacing the old negative ones. Remember, Changing these patterns isn't about forcing yourself to be positive all the time. It's about becoming aware of your thoughts and choosing more helpful ones. It's okay to have negative thoughts sometimes. We're human after all. The key is not to let those thoughts control you. As you work on shifting your mindset and energy, it's important to take inspired action. Positive thinking is powerful, but it's not enough on its own. We need to act in harmony with our goals and desires to bring them into reality. Inspired action feels different from forced action. When you're taking inspired action, you feel energized and excited. It might still be challenging, but there's a sense of flow and rightness to it. Forced action, on the other hand, feels heavy and draining. To find inspired actions, listen to your intuition. What steps feel right to you? What ideas excite you? These are often clues pointing you towards inspired action. Don't worry if the steps seem small at first. Every journey begins with a single step, and small actions can lead to big changes over time. As you take action, stay open to opportunities. Sometimes, the path to our goals looks different than we expected. Be willing to adjust your course as new information and opportunities arise. Flexibility can often lead us to even better outcomes than we initially imagined. Building resilience is another crucial aspect of making the universe love you. Life will always have ups and downs. Even when we're doing everything right, we'll still face challenges and setbacks. Resilience is what allows us to bounce back from these difficulties and keep moving forward. Resilience isn't about never feeling down or discouraged. It's about how quickly we can recover and get back on track. It's about maintaining hope and a positive outlook even when things are tough. To build resilience, start by reframing how you view challenges. Instead of seeing them as insurmountable obstacles, try to view them as opportunities for growth and learning. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can this make me stronger? Practice self-care during difficult times. This might include things like getting enough sleep, eating well, exercising, or spending time in nature. Taking care of your physical health can have a big impact on your mental and emotional resilience. Cultivate a support network of positive, supportive people. Having others to lean on during tough times can make a huge difference. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Remember, seeking support is a sign of strength, not weakness. Another powerful way to make the universe love you is through kindness. Small acts of kindness can create a ripple effect, spreading positivity far beyond the initial act. When we're kind to others, we not only make their day better, but we also feel good ourselves. This positive energy can attract more goodness into our lives. Kindness doesn't have to be grand or expensive. It can be as simple as offering a sincere compliment, holding the door for someone, or sending a supportive message to a friend. Look for small ways to spread kindness in your daily life. You might be surprised at how much of a difference these small acts can make. Remember, kindness includes being kind to yourself too. Treat yourself with the same compassion and understanding that you would offer to a good friend. Self-kindness is not selfish. It's essential. When we're kind to ourselves, we have more to give to others. As you work on making the universe love you, it's important to cultivate patience and trust. Good things often take time to manifest. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get discouraged if we don't see immediate results. But real, lasting change usually happens gradually. Think of it like planting a garden. When you plant seeds, you don't see results right away. It takes time for the seeds to germinate and grow. But if you nurture them consistently, Eventually, they'll bloom into beautiful flowers or delicious vegetables. In the same way, the positive changes you're making in your life are like seeds. You're planting them with your thoughts, feelings, and actions. It might take some time before you see the full results, but trust that your efforts are making a difference. During this process, it's normal to have doubts or moments of discouragement. When these feelings arise, remind yourself of how far you've come. Celebrate your small wins and the progress you've made, no matter how minor it might seem. Every step forward is a victory. Trust in the process and in yourself. You have the power to create positive change in your life. It might not always be easy, and the path might not always be clear, but keep moving forward. Your persistence will pay off. As we wrap up, let's recap the key points we've covered. We talked about the power of perception and how our mindset shapes our experiences. We explored the concept of universal energy and how our thoughts and actions create ripples that affect the world around us. We discussed the importance of gratitude and how it can shift our focus to the positive aspects of life. We talked about aligning with our true selves and the power that comes from authenticity. We demystified the law of attraction and how we can apply it in practical ways. We explored how to overcome negative patterns and self-sabotaging behaviors. We talked about the importance of taking inspired action and building resilience to handle life's challenges. We discussed the ripple effect of kindness and how small acts can transform our world. Finally, we talked about cultivating patience and trust in the process of positive change. Remember, making the universe love you isn't about controlling everything in your life. It's about aligning yourself with positive energy, being true to yourself, and approaching life with an open heart and mind. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of all things and playing your part in creating more positivity in the world. You have the power to shape your experience of life. Every thought, every action, every moment of gratitude is a step towards a more positive relationship with the universe. It might take time and practice, but the journey is worth it. So, are you ready to start making the universe love you? Remember, you don't have to make huge changes all at once. Start small. Choose one idea from this video and try implementing it in your life this week. Notice how it affects your mood, your interactions with others, and your overall experience of life. And don't forget, this journey is unique for everyone. What works for one person might not work for another. Be patient with yourself and be willing to experiment to find what resonates with you. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it's given you some ideas and inspiration for creating a more positive relationship with the universe. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe for more content like this. And if you have any experiences or insights you'd like to share, please leave a comment below. Let's create a community of positivity and support. Remember, the universe is vast and full of possibilities. You have the power to shape your experience of it. So go out there and make the universe love you. Your journey to a more positive, fulfilling life starts now.